Okay. So, why is this so important? Because, ladies and gentlemen, if the book of James was put in the Bible, and I'm not saying that take it out of the Bible, by the way. I think it should be left in there so you can see the contrast between James and Paul. But when you look at James 3:18, I mean not James, 2 Timothy 3:18, where it speaks about all Scripture being God-breathed, and you don't look at what happened before in chapter 10, where it says, "You, however, know all about my teaching," and you wonder, well, what's going on? Somebody was opposing Paul's teaching. And he says, "My purpose, faith, patience, love, endurance." You know, basically, if there was a conflict between James and Paul is saying to Timothy, watch your doctrine against these people who are bringing Judaism into the church. And then you use the scripture, all Scripture is God-breathed, to qualify the fact that the Bible that was written later on, that had the book of James in it, and put that stamp of approval on it, without looking at the fact that it was a letter. This was not in the canon of the Bible having all these books. But basically the answer to this is that what you do is you take and you read James, which is to the 12 tribes, which strangely enough was not to the Gentiles, it was to the Jews. Maybe the same Jews that were in Antioch that told you had to be circumcised by Moses, since James is a very legal book, right? But the answer to this is that James fits, and the reason why James fits, and here's their mantra. James doesn't seem to fit in the Bible. All Scripture is God-breathed and useful for teaching, rebuking, correcting, and training in righteousness, so that the servant of God may be thoroughly equipped for every good work. What's your answer? All Scripture is God-breathed and useful for teaching, rebuking, correcting, and training in righteousness, so that the servant of God may be thoroughly equipped for every good work. All Scripture is God-breathed and useful for teaching, rebuking, correcting, and training in righteousness, so that the servant of God may be thoroughly equipped for every good work. And that's the answer I get. Thank you.